Welcome back to Birds of a Feather. This is your daily Baltimore sports podcast. My name is Nathan Stroud, and today we're going to be recapping the Orioles' 7-4 win over the Athletics. A very big, much-needed win for this Orioles team that obviously lost yesterday. Their winning streak of 6 games ended yesterday as they lost to the Athletics yesterday, but they got there today and get a big win over the Athletics to tie this series 1-1 going into the rubber match game tomorrow, where hopefully the Orioles can pull off a win tomorrow, get the series win, and move forward with that. But this game was wild. From the way that the runs were scored to the performances by some players, this game was bonkers. This game was out of this world. It was a very fun game to watch as well. Again, the Orioles win this game 7-4 over the Athletics. Getting back into the win column, they've won 7 of their last 8 games now, and even more on a grander scale if you look at it as well. But Colton Cowser gets a big home run in this game, also has a multi-hit game as well. Gunnar Henderson with some crazy hustle to score a run. Jackson Holliday with another day of having a crazy hustle play to score a run in this game. That's back-to-back days now with Jackson Holliday. With his hustle going to first base, was able to help the Orioles a lot, and in this game was able to actually score them a run. And the Orioles in this game had to kind of come back into this game as well. The Orioles were down 3 runs very early in this game. Charlie Morton in this game gave up 4 runs early, and all happened in the first inning. Charlie Morton gives up 4 runs in the first inning. The Orioles also scored a run in the first inning, so going into the second inning, the Orioles were down 4-1, and it kind of just felt like one of those days where it was just going to be a blowout, but the bullpen was able to go out there and hold it down for the Orioles, and eventually Ramon Laureano got a big 2-run home run, Colton Cowser got a home run, and then Gunnar Henderson and Jackson Holliday with some big hustle plays to extend the lead for the Orioles, and eventually get a win in this game. The bullpen was a big part of this game again. Charlie Morton gives up 4 runs in the first inning, and then those were the only 4 runs that were given up the entire game. So 8 straight scoreless innings for the Orioles in this game, and they're pitching after the pretty disastrous first inning. But the Orioles were able to come back into this game and get a win. They were down 3 runs early, and it really just shows the fight in this team to be able to get back into a game. If this was the Orioles like 3 weeks ago, they probably would have just gave up, punted the game, and just lost by a blowout. But the Orioles' mentality just seems a lot different right now. The energy seems there from all players, from the coaches, even from the fans that are in attendance, even on the road. You can just feel that the energy is different in the air with this Orioles team, and there is a different vibe going on with this team, and a lot of that does have to do with Colton Cowser coming back from injury. Just his presence being in the dugout, just his presence being, present in the Orioles facility is enough to really kickstart this Orioles vibes and just mentality as well. And obviously Colton Cowser on the field is incredible as well, as today he had a solo home run. I think it was 455 feet, which is actually the longest Orioles home run in the past 2 years, and it is also his career high. So shout out to Colton. He had a multi-hit day as well, and let's just get right into this game. So going over this Orioles and A's game, again, the Orioles win this game 7-4. The Orioles record is now at 25-37. Actually, if we refresh that, it should be a little bit better. There we go. 26-37 is the record for the Orioles. 26-37, back to being 11 games below 500, and this is the best mark that they've been at over the past couple of weeks in terms of the deficit that they've been in. The Orioles are 11 games back of being 500 with, I think, 100 games exactly remaining on the dot. So still a ton of time to get back into the season, and the Orioles are definitely trending in the right direction, especially when they have performances like this from their offense. Going over the offense, the Orioles' offense in this game put up 11 total hits and got walked 4 times. So 15 total base runners just off of hits and walks. Jackson Holliday in this game goes 0 for 4 with a run scored and a walk as well. But Jackson Holliday did get an RBI. It's not going to get called an RBI because it was technically an error, but Jackson Holliday's hustle really was able to bring in a run in this game. Also, the offense went 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position. That's a lot better than the 1 for 9 yesterday. The Orioles were actually able to capitalize with runners in scoring position today. And would you look at that? The Orioles ended up getting a win. So if they were able to do that yesterday, then we might be up 2-0 in this series. But anyway, we move on, obviously. The A's struggled a lot with runners in score position in this game as well. The A's left 12 guys on base and went 3 for 12 with runners in scoring position, and they didn't do anything other than the first inning. So shout out to the Orioles bullpen for holding it down in this game. But Adley Rutschman goes 1 for 4 in this game with a run scored and a walk. Gunnar Henderson goes out there and is one of 2 players with 3 hit days today. Gunnar Henderson goes 3 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Ryan O'Hearn goes 1 for 4 with a run scored and RBI as well. And then Ramon Laureano is the other player with a 3 hit day. He goes 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs and a run scored. A 3 RBI, 3 hit day for Ramon Laureano, and a home run sprinkled in there as well. That 2-run homer that he hit in this game. So shout out Ramon Laureano. He's been fantastic for the Orioles. Overall this season he's been fantastic. You know, he was supposed to be a rotational outfielder, but he's really come into this game and he's really made an incredible impact. And one of the signings that Michael Elias did that really worked out well for them was Ramon Laureano, and it's nice to see him back in this lineup and healthy. Obviously, him getting a 3-hit day is huge. Another player who had a multi-hit game was Colton Cowser, who goes 2 for 5 with a run scored, an RBI, and that solo home run that he hit. It was a moonshot, like 455 feet, an absolute cannon from Colton Cowser, an absolute moonshot from him. Cool to see Colton coming back. This is his 2nd home run he's hit since being back from injury, and his 3rd home run on the year. So Colton Cowser, already in less than a week of being activated from the injured list, is already back and making a big impact for the O's. Ramon Urias in this game goes 1 for 3 with a run scored. Dylan Carlson 0 for 3, and Michael Handley 0 for 4. So Colton Cowser, Ramon Laureano, Gunnar Henderson all had incredible games today. All had multi-hit games, and Ramon and Gunnar had 3-hit games. So that was very cool to see from the O's offense. And again, you can really see that the vibes have just kind of changed with this team. You can see it in the dugout. You can see it, you know, in the dugout whenever they're going through the dugout after they hit a home run or a run scored. You can just see the energies in the air. You can see the energy in the outfield. You can just see the energy within these players' faces. And it's really cool to see. Obviously, we know everything that this team went through early on in the season, and it's really, really, really cool to see them come out here and just really have a bounce-back season. Obviously, there's still a lot of the season left, so I'm not going to sit here and say that it's a complete bounce-back because there is still a long way to go, but they have been playing their best baseball recently, and hopefully they can just keep that up. Going over to the pitching in this game, because the bullpen came in this game and completely just shut it down for the Orioles. The Orioles in this game used 7 different pitchers total and 6 different relievers after Charlie Morton, you know, had a pretty disastrous first couple of innings. But Charlie Morton in this game got through 2.1 innings, gives up 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks, and has 5 strikeouts in the process. A 76 pitch count across 2 innings, and his ERA is up to a 6.59. So just when Charlie Morton was starting to have some really good starts for the Orioles recently, he goes out here and just kind of has like a super early season Charlie Morton-like game where can't even get through 3 innings, 76 pitch count, 4 runs, 5 walks, 6 hits. Not a good game by Charlie Morton at all. It kind of put the Orioles bullpen into a bit of a panic mode system because, again, we were kind of forced to make this a bullpen game because our starting pitcher only went 2.1 innings, so this kind of did turn into a bullpen game. But the bullpen went out here and really, really, really did their job. The bullpen could have easily just given up more runs to the A's, and this game would have been out of reach, and then we would have lost this game and also lost the series. But the bullpen came in here, completely shut it down. They were perfect all around. Matt Bowman, Keegan Aiken, Sir Anthony Dominguez, Gregory Soto, Andrew Kittredge, and Felix Bautista. And Felix also got the save in this game. And Keegan Aiken actually got the win in this game. But shout out to all 6 of those guys. They came out here, held it down for the Orioles. It gave them a chance to get back into the game. And then eventually Ramon Laureano hit that 2-run bomb to cut it within 1. Then it was a tie game. Then we took a 5-4 lead, then a 6-4 lead, and then a 7-4 lead in the 7th inning. And the Orioles went on to win this game after a Felix Bautista save. And the Orioles have also tied this series 1-1 after losing yesterday's game because of just horrible runners in scoring position. And now you look at the Orioles game today where they win 7-4. again, the Orioles tie the series 1-1. Tomorrow is the rubber match in this series. And if we go over and look at the game tomorrow, the A's have not decided their pitcher yet in this game, but the Orioles are going to be going out there with Tomoyuki Sagano. Who else would you rather have on the mound for the Orioles? Seriously, who else would you rather have on the mound for the Orioles in any circumstance? That includes bullpen, that includes starting, that includes anything. Tomoyuki Sagano is the best pitcher for this Orioles team, hands down, and he's also one of the best players this season for the Orioles. He's had an incredible year. He's going out there tomorrow, Sunday afternoon, looking for the He's looking for the dagger. He's looking for a great start out there, and this is the rubber match. So again, he's looking for a great start, and he's also looking for a win, because if the Orioles go out there and win tomorrow with Tomoyuki Sagano at the starting pitcher spot, which again we've seen us win multiple games with him pitching. If the Orioles are able to win tomorrow with Tomoyuki Sagano pitching, the Orioles will take 2 out of 3 in this series and move on to their series starting on Tuesday against the Tigers. So I think they have Monday off. And then they have a series Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday against the Tigers, which is obviously going to be a very tough task. But if the Orioles can go out here and just win this series against the A's and move forward and cut this 500 below 500 lead to a 10-game deficit, then all of a sudden the Orioles season kind of looks completely turned around a little bit. You know, you'll be 10 games below 500, moving back into a spot where things could possibly look bright for this team. And again, this team is playing their best baseball right now, and they got to just keep up this momentum, keep up this rhythm, and just keep finding a way to get wins. Again, Tomoyuki Sagano on the mound tomorrow for the Orioles, so I'm really hoping for a win. Obviously, when Tomo's out there, the confidence level just rises through the roof with him starting, so hopefully he can go out there against this A's team and have a great start tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for tuning into and listening to this episode of Birds of a Feather. This was a huge win that the Orioles got. They tie the series 1-1. They get their 26th win of the season. And if they win tomorrow, they win the series. They go to being 10 games below 500, and they've made significant strides in their process and steps to get back into the season. And again, the Orioles, big game tomorrow to win. If they win, they win the series. The Orioles got a big win today. Over the A's, winning this game 7-4. Bullpen did great. Offense did its thing. Couple of home runs hit in this game, and we move forward with that. So again, thank you guys so much for watching and listening to this episode. I appreciate you guys for all the support. This is episode 60 of this series, which is crazy to think about. The big 6-0. And yeah, again, I plan to keep having this show going on for a long, long, long time. And I appreciate you guys for all the support that you have shown me throughout the show, all the kind words. And make sure to follow up on Spotify. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube if you like this content. And also make sure to click the links in those bios. And check out the socials. Check out the Twitter. Check out the Instagram. I'm live tweeting every Orioles game and every sort of Ravens news on Twitter. So you can see little updates from there. So make sure to follow those accounts as well. And again, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. I'll have an episode up sometime tomorrow afternoon after Game 3 of this series, which is the rubber match. Hopefully the Orioles can come out with a win. Hopefully the Orioles can win that series, and that'll be 3 straight, and we move forward with that. And I'll see you guys in the next one. You have a great rest of y'all's day. Peace out.